Good morning. Please stand and body your spirit as we sing our gathering music, Come and Go With Me. It's number 1018 in the teal hymnal. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Hillsborough, UUCH, where we constantly strive to be an open and welcoming congregation to all who seek community and support. We don't worship in one specific way each week, and we don't require that we all adhere to one specific creed or common belief. Rather, we are a covenant community, committed to loving and supporting each other in our individual lifelong quest for truth and meaning in matters of our personal faith. Welcome to you, old friends, and new. You are an essential part of our celebration today. Whether today is your first or your 1000th Sunday in our midst, we are stronger because you are with us. We are one people of many beliefs, many origins, sexualities, and genders. We are all growing, all learning, all loved. Just as you are welcome here. Everyone, please turn and welcome those sitting around you with a hearty good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Jenny Kiles, and I'm the worship coordinator for today's service. As a lay-led congregation, there are many contributors, many behind the scenes, who make our services possible. So we give a big thank you to everyone who helps make this a great place to gather, learn, and grow in spirit and love and community. I want to briefly welcome Reverend Yuri Yamamoto, and I will be telling you more about them before their sermon. Before we create our time for worship, I'd like to remind everyone that after this service, we will enjoy coffee and tea in the back of the sanctuary. If you are visiting today, please consider staying so we can get to know you a little better. Also, please take a moment to look at your order of service to see the announcements on the back. And now we can take a brief moment to share any other important announcements that are not listed in the order of service. Everyone, also please check to see that your cell phone is either turned off or silenced.
Hi, y'all. Sorry, I was just choking on
healthy, I promise. Okay, I'm Amy, and we have a few things. First of all, Ministry Council was scheduled for today because I messed up, and it's actually Thursday at 7 o'clock on Zoom, so I'm sorry if you were planning on Ministry Council today. I dropped the ball on that. Oh my goodness, y'all. We still do not have a fridge, so if you have a fridge that you're, updating, holler at me, because we need a fridge for our kitchen. Ours has died. After service day, we're going to be taking down the tree, so please stay and help if you are able, especially if you're able to climb ladders and move heavy things. That would be super helpful. What does that say? Oh, Alicia. The finance team is closing the books on 2025, so please make sure you submit any requisitions and receipts for anything that you purchased on behalf of UCH this year. I think that's all I have. Are you going to talk about your next stuff? Okay, cool.
Hi, I'm Alicia. I've got a few things. First, for Animal Justice for January, I'm holding the film screening next weekend after service. The movie is called Forever Home, and it's about the Piedmont Farm Animal Refuge, and our speaker that day is from the Piedmont Farm Animal Refuge, so we'll have a tie-in with that. I will be providing heavy snacks, not lunch, but snacks. And next weekend, the week after that, I have previously announced there's going to be a vegan cooking class at ERUF. I previously announced that was going to be at 5 p.m., but it is actually going to be at 1 p.m. So I apologize if you were planning on going that and the time is wrong. But it's at 1 p.m. This is the flyer that they've made. They have 20 spots open. They want you to register, and they're holding spots right now for members of ERUF and members from here for priority, and then they will, I guess, next week open it up to other people outside of UUs. So if you want to register for that, get a jump on the registration. I have a QR code on the flyer if you want to go to the vegan cooking class at ERUF. Additionally, we're collecting vegan recipes for the e-news. If you want to contribute one, Jenny Kyles has already submitted several, so thank you to Jenny. And if other people would also like to contribute recipes, I'm collecting them. So you can send those to me, or you can send them to Amy, either way. Additionally, the last announcement that I have is not related to that, but just to put it on your radar that on February 1st I will be holding an event for To Be Shot, which is the Jewish birthday of the trees. And for that we honor trees and eat fruit. So that will be on February 1st at 2 p.m.
So this evening at 6:30, the Songbirds, which is our singing group, is going to be practicing in here. If you made a New Year's resolution that you want to sing more, or maybe you want to join a choir in the new year, this is your chance. So don't miss the opportunity. We welcome singers. Any level of experience is welcome, and just show up here at 6:30. Or if you want to be on the email list, talk to me after the service.
Totally forgot. Not my best day. We are having a Pathway to Membership class on January 18th. If you're interested in membership here at UUCH, plan to stay after service on the 18th. There's no need to RSVP. We will have heavy snacks and childcare provided. It's a 90-minute workshop, and it's fun. So if you're, on the fence about coming, you should come. It's fun. You can hang out with me. Thank you.
If there are no more announcements, let's prepare ourselves for our time of reflection and celebration by reminding ourselves of who we are and why we gather. We are Unitarian Universalists. Unitarian Universalism draws from our heritages of freedom, reason, hope, and courage, building on the foundation of love. Love is the power that holds us together and is at the center of our shared values. And I just realized I don't have anyone to light the, do you want to light it? Our chalice lighting this morning is called To Speak When Silence Feels Safer by Reverend Michelle Collins. This flame burns for the courage we find when fear makes sense, not the absence of doubt, but the choice to act anyway. We light it for those who speak when silence feels safer, and those who act when invisibility beckons.
Good morning. Today's opening words is Each Day by Reverend Kristen Harper. Each day provides us with an opportunity to love again, to hurt again, to embrace joy, to experience unease, to discover the tragic. Each day provides us with the opportunity to live. This day is no different. This hour, no more unique than the last. Except maybe today, maybe now, among friends and fellow journeyers, maybe for the first time, maybe silently, we can share ourselves. Today's opening hymn, I Know This Roads Will Open, is in the hymnal in 396. However, I encourage you not to really hold on to the hymnal because I would like to introduce some hand motions. And it would be kind of hard to hold the hymnal and try to do the hand motion. Although, if you figure out how to do it, feel free.
And you can cheat if you want.
And this song was written by Reverend Mary Gregolia, who used to be in this area decades ago. And she and I connected, and through some music with the ministry that she was doing at the time. And this is one of my favorite songs of hers. Right? Would you like to get us started? Please rise in the body and or spirit.
I
Sharing joys and sorrows is a special ritual in our Sunday services. The ritual happens in two parts. First, we take time to share out loud, and then we make time for silent acknowledgments of concerns and sorrows or joys, or special milestones that have occurred since we last gathered. Both parts include dropping stones into the vase on the altar, symbolizing a metaphoric communal collection of our experiences. By taking time to share, we strengthen the bonds between us. First, we take time to share aloud. We do not record what is shared aloud. So for those joining online, there will be a short break while people here speak. If you are joining us online and would like to share your joys or concerns with us in the room, please put it in the chat and tell us whether you would like it read aloud, and we'll drop a stone for you. Acknowledge the joys and sorrows remaining in your hearts, I invite you to come to the altar and release a stone into the vase in silence while Aviva plays Dark of Winter. After she plays it through once, we will join in singing this meditation song. The words are printed in your order of service. hold all these things within the heart of this community, both spoken and unspoken, by remaining silent for a moment as we consider what has been shared and how we might respond. Let us close our sharing time by saying together, Amen and blessed be. Amen and blessed be. Now I'd like to ask our RE teacher to tell us what the kids will be up to in RE today. Then we will bless our RE classes on their way by singing the words printed in the back of your gray hymnal and in your order of service.
Hello, today our elementary will be continuing the Lego values curriculum, and they're going to be discussing the UU value of pluralism today and have a story related to that and some activities. And our youth, if they are interested, we don't have a ton of youth today, but we will continue planning our service work if those who are here are interested in doing that.
We have a lot of kids for our RE this morning. That's great. Our speaker this morning is Reverend Yuri Yamamoto. Reverend Yamamoto, she, is a board-certified chaplain and minister ordained and endorsed by the Federation of Christian Ministries. After coming from Japan to the U.S., Reverend Yamamoto was a molecular and plant biology scientist and a credentialed church musician in a Unitarian Universalist congregation. Their theological education is from Shaw University Divinity School, and after 2 CPE residencies, Reverend Yamamoto is serving as a clinical chaplain in a close custody state prison. They completed the Moral Injury Certificate program at the Shea Moral Injury Center, and they also serve as a facilitator and trainer of moral injury peer support groups. Reverend Yamamoto and their husband have 6 kids, 4 kids-in-law, 6 grandkids, and 1 dog.
Thank you. Oops. And thank you for trusting me to be here this morning. And some of you probably read the blurb that I submitted, and it talks about my experience going to the facilitator training for the Our Whole Lives Sexuality Education. That is actually a program that co-published by the Unitarian Universalist Association and the United Church of Christ. And I was so delighted to hear that this congregation actually offers this very, very important program for young people. Now, I have brought some friends and helpers this morning because this is not necessarily one of the easiest things to talk about for me. So you will see, I'm not sure if you can see very well those masks that I've created over the many years because of the sun coming from the background. But I might talk about some of them if I need some help from them. And also, you're welcome to look at them after the service if you're curious. And one of the things that I still vividly remember from the training is that they actually had Play-Dohs on all of the tables. And at that time I thought, Play-Dohs? Why do we need Play-Dohs? And I don't have a concrete answer to that question, but I think sometimes it's easier to have something in your hands to actually concentrate on what you're hearing, or perhaps something to hold, being able to hold, can help you actually listen to sometimes difficult truth. So I have these available for anyone who just have a child spirit and wants to play, or perhaps this might become your comfort this morning.
Do you want to pass?
And I also want to practice taking some deep breath together, because that is also another way to take care of ourselves when things get hard. And then I don't just mean this next 20 minutes, but perhaps in our lives, some of you experience some hard moments. And in case you haven't practiced taking deep breath, it can be really calming and also gives you some time before you might end up in reacting. I work with so many people who get triggered so easily because of their life experiences. And they would say, well, I just have to know how to respond to these things. But oftentimes our body reacts long before we can think about it. And taking a deep breath involves our body too. So I'm going to count 4 counts for inhale and 2 counts for holding, and then 8 counts slower exhale. Now, if my counting is too slow for you, please do not kill yourself to follow my counts, but just the whole point is to learn to calm yourself. So I don't want to make this a painful experience for you, okay? So we will inhale through our nose and exhale through our mouth. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now please breathe in and breathe out at your comfortable level. And in addition to this, our safety, emotional safety, is paramount. in the hour training. So if you need to take a break, walk out, or just look at the beautiful landscape outside, or do anything to support yourself, please feel free to do so. I would not be offended or upset if you stood up and walk out. And I would be willing to stay after the service if something comes up for you and wants to talk about it. So, oh my gosh, this feels like it's going to be a horrible sermon, right? And now I probably set myself up for a failure because I'm saying, okay, take care of yourself, you can walk out. Oh, wow, that might be a whole lot worse than just talking about it. But here's the thing. I had so much trouble talking about sex and sexuality. And when my youngest daughter was ready to take the OWL class, my colleague, I was working there, so my colleague, the director of religious exploration, she asked me if I would consider becoming one of the facilitators. Okay. I thought that might be an interesting thing to do, and also she was telling me she always recruits those facilitators from parents. So I said, okay, well, what does it look like? And she said, well, you have to go to this 2 or 3 day intense training, and the church will pay for your expenses. So I said, okay, I don't know what the training looks like, but I guess I'm going to do it. And I don't think I was the only one from my congregation, so we drove over to Charlotte together. And then, the first day, I walked into that space. Imagine yourself in that situation. Perhaps your religious education director said, would you be interested in, or can you facilitate the OWL training? Because we don't have a lot of people, or everybody else have already done this, or whatever it might be. You're invited to do it. Would you be just blithely going in, says, I'm going to have fun, or have some, I don't know, what's this is going to be about? So, to tell you the truth, I think I had both feelings and then everything in between. It was kind of scary walking into something new, but also it is exciting that I will learn something. So that's where I was. And as I walked in, like I said, there were actually not only the Play-Dohs, but also pipe cleaners on tables. And I thought, I had no idea what they were going to be for. And my anxiety level actually went up because I know I wasn't very good at making figures with Play-Dohs. At any rate, we introduced ourselves to each other, and then we were put into a group of 2. So my partner was a young man who was actually has been teaching but came back for another training. And his wife was also in a big group, but she and he decided not to pair, and he and I paired together. I didn't know most of the people. Certainly I didn't know this guy. And we were given this big newsprint paper, and we were instructed to fold it lengthwise like this. And they said, okay, we're going to have competitions. So each group is going to take 5 minutes and then come up with as many words of female sex organs. And then you've got 5 minutes, and the group that get the most number of words will get a prize. I don't even remember what the prize was, but it was interesting. Now, my partner looked at me and said, I got this. I'm former military. I'm sure I know all the words. And then he started writing, and I was horrified. And of course, most of the words, English is not my first language, so I didn't know most of the words. But it was horrifying nevertheless. And then he was writing 8, 9, 10 words and so many words. But then he was slowing down and started thinking, I should know more words. And then I said to him, do you think it's okay to use Japanese words? And then he said, well, they didn't say it has to be English. Okay, so that was my turn then. So then I started writing all these words that I've heard so many times, but never, ever uttered myself, because it was not supposed to talk about these things. It was shameful to even say those words, especially for women. And men, of course, I must have heard from somebody, and those somebody usually were the men or boys. They would use those words, so I knew those words. But I also knew, for some reason, I am not supposed to say those words. But in this case, we had to win, right? So I kept writing, and he would sometimes say, how do you read that? And then I kept writing. So 5 minutes came, and then one of the facilitators invited us to say how many words that each group came up with. Well, I think we are by far the first one, because when you put 2 different languages, you would think at least twice as many. And then this guy being the military, perhaps we far exceeded anybody else. But they didn't just let us say how many we had. They wanted to make sure that we weren't just making up, right? So they asked us to read those words. Wow. Read. Utter those words from my own mouth. But, well, our prize, we wanted that prize. Well, I wanted that prize. I worked so hard. So I said them. Of course, nobody understood what I was saying or how bad those words were. And we were just laughing throughout this process. And at that time, I thought, wow, this is really amazing. Is that how we're going to teach our kids? And I thought, wow, this is kind of fun too, being able to talk about things that we are taught never to say or discuss, or even perhaps think about. And some of you who may have grown up in a very strict religious tradition, I think it is really true that even think about these things, or hearing these words could kind of corrupt you. So it can be very deeply ingrained in ourselves that sexuality, even if it may be your true experience, may be bad subject. And certainly you cannot bring that into a church. So then, after all this, and we got some prize. I don't even know what that prize was, but probably a little trinket. And then, this is what the facilitator said. Well, now you realize there are so many words. So many words. That means communication can be very difficult, especially when you teach these so many different words to small children, and they want to communicate to us. They need to learn a very accurate anatomical words so that we can understand, we can communicate with each other, as opposed to all these words. That just hit me. That really hit me. Wow, that was what it was about. Even though I felt so liberated by this experience, that finally being able to say the words I was taught that I should never say, or never even come near. But that was not the point. Well, I'm sure there was a point for that exercise to make us feel comfortable speaking about these subjects in a fun way, as opposed to back in the days, I think we went to like a health class, and then they would just say all these dry scientific facts, but with no emotions or no reality of how the sexuality is practiced. So there was definitely took some guards off of me. But what I really learned from that exercise was not only we have to be willing and being able to speak about these topics, but also we needed to provide accurate information to each other, because some of us may not even know the accurate information about our anatomy, because we felt so ashamed to talk about these things that we may not have learned it from a reliable source. Often people say, oh, I heard it from my older siblings, or somebody had this magazine that they kind of brought to school and then we all looked at it, but are they really accurate information? Oftentimes, these materials might distort the accurate information for the sake of entertainment, or maybe, I don't know why they do that, but oftentimes the information that I've come across in that way are not always very accurate. So this was one of the things that I deeply remember and appreciated from that training. But another thing they talked about was another issue that I had a very, very deep shame about. That was about masturbation. I knew about it, I heard about it, I practiced it, and then I had so much shame that I could not ever utter that word, nor talk about my experience. But in that class, they said it was so normal. It's a very normal part of human sexuality. And they said, even dolphins do it. Even dolphins do it. And at that time, it just was like, where did that come from? But somehow, that notion that the dolphins do it somehow released my shame a little bit. I wouldn't say completely, but it actually released my shame. Now, when I thought about it later, logical thinking, then I thought, well, just because dolphins do it, does that mean we can do everything dolphins do? Or, why dolphin has anything to do with me, right? But in that moment, that comment, well, the dolphins do it just because it was such a surprise. And that surprise actually helped me release some of that tension that I was holding for many, many years. So, of course, those are not the only thing they talked about. The OWL program really focuses on relationships. And then your mental, psychological readiness. And they talked about, we need to teach kids that until you are ready to actually do whatever they want to do in terms of expressing their sexuality, they need to know when they are ready. As opposed to there's peer pressure or some other kinds of pressures that put on these young people, and then they end up in doing the things they might regret later or have some consequences. And I remember keep saying, that sounds like the abstinence until you're married, which was the prevalent school sexual education in North Carolina at that time. And I felt that was not very helpful. But they were trying to explain to me, it is not that it's completely different. It's giving people accurate information and talk about potential consequences and how to avoid those things, as well as having loving relationships with each other, so that you can together you and your partner can together make decisions about how you want to express and practice your sexuality. At that time, I didn't quite get that, but today I really appreciate the approach that you use, and the UUA and the UCC help us understand that the sexuality is a normal part of humanness, and the relationship is important, consent is absolutely necessary, and we can celebrate this part of who we are. So how does this lead to this resistance. What I didn't realize for a long time was this silence and secrecy. That was actually oppression, especially against women, but not just women, because sexual minorities oftentimes are also erased or silenced when we want to express our own sexuality. And there's also a racial part in this oppression, because there are racialized sexualization of women in particular. And perhaps I need the help of this one. It says Asian American, love a gentle, warm, helping, but oftentimes these are put on us. Not necessarily because we want to. When I first came to this country, I was shocked by those ads that says, obedient Asian wife. Am I supposed to be the obedient Asian wife? That some American men could order? But that was a stereotype. And I think some of these stereotypes continue. So of course, I don't necessarily want to be angry. Perhaps I'd rather be warm and gentle and helping, particularly as a chaplain. But it needs to be my own choice, as opposed to someone telling me. And I often struggled when people would say, oh, you are so calm and peaceful. And then I started responding to people, well, you might be just projecting what people who look like me should be. And that can happen to not just for women, but men, or those who do not identify with those genders, myself included. So that is to be able to name those experiences and being able to not only teach young people, actually I think young people may be less restricted than many of us who grew up without having the program like OWL, but being able to name those oppression and being able to express my own sexuality, your own sexuality, in a way I feel most authentic. That, if that is not resistance, what is? Accurate information. And they know it's okay to talk about sex. So they know they can express their own sexuality the way they feel most authentic. If that is not resistance, what is? So even though it is not an easy subject to talk about, because there's a lot of loud noises out there, oh, that's not appropriate to talk about, or you shouldn't dress like this. Even in your churches, sometimes I encounter, once in a while I walk in with a dress and people will be like, oh, it's so beautiful. I wish you would dress like that all the time. You wouldn't think those words were spoken in the Yo-Yo Church, but yes, it can be. So our work is never finished, yet we can work on ourselves so that we can heal enough to be able to talk about what's considered to be unspeakable and continue to heal from that experience. And then we will be fully able to express our joy and our love. My message ends here today. Thank you for listening to me. And Amen, Ashe, and blessed be.
Thank you, Reverend Yamamoto. Each Sunday, we take up a monetary offering to support various worthy causes. For the month of January, our plate offering will go to animal advocacy. The animal advocacy offertory will be split between Piedmont Farm Animal Refuge and Blind Spot Animal Sanctuary, which are both local sanctuaries for farmed animals. Please donate by placing cash or checks in the offering basket, and if by check, please write plate in the memo line, or you can go to our website, uuchnc.org, and click on the donate button, or you can use the QR code printed in your order of service. Thank you for your generosity.
So today's offertory is This Joy That I Have, and it's this very simple song, so please feel free to join us. Now, one word of caution is there's a phrase, but I can just tell you the words. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give to me. The world didn't give it. The world can't take it away. So the world didn't give it. The world can't take it away. Does that make sense? Because if we miss that one of the two T's, or at least mentally miss that, the whole song just goes upside down. So it goes like this, and I might mess up, but that's okay. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away.
join me in offering a blessing for the offertory. For the love that surrounds us every morning, for the friends beside us, and for the generous gifts just received, please just be truly grateful. Please stand and body your spirit as we sing our closing hymn, Where You Go, I Will Go, Beloved.
The words are in the order of service.
The words are in the order of service.
And I may call out some other words. But this is like, what do you call it? You can insert all these words.
Oh, a zipper song.
Oh, the zipper song, thank you. I said English is not my first language. That's my excuses for today. Where you go? Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go. Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go. Where you lie, I will lie, beloved. Where you lie, I will lie. Today's closing words come from Relish the Paradox by Sarah Beek. Relish the paradox. Celebrate change. Trust your unique process. Igniting your divine spark is one of the most natural yet brave things you can do at this time in your life. No less is asked of you now. No less should be expected of you in return. Realize who you are. Release your divinity into the world. We are waiting.
Now please join me as we extinguish our sacred UU flame. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Go in peace, my friends, and blessed be.